Hey everyone, so today we are talking about Amazon FBA and why this is such a great opportunity for you to make money. Now, I've been an Amazon FBA seller since 2016, so it's been almost 6 years. And during that time, I've really come to the conclusion that Amazon FBA is such a great way to make passive income. It does take a lot of work to start. You need to find the product, you need to source the product, you need to build the listing, the list goes on. But once you get everything set up, unlike many other businesses where you still need to spend a lot of time on it, Amazon FBA doesn't really require you to spend that much time and the money is still going to come in. I made another video like this a couple years ago, but this one's going to be a lot more in depth and we're going to cover what FBA is, what it actually stands for, and how you can start actually making money in the next few months. We're going to dive really deep into how you can actually find a profitable product to sell. This is probably the most important step that a lot of people do not get right. I'll go through the specific tools that I use to find my profitable products, and then we'll talk about getting suppliers, having samples made and shipped over to you, placing bulk orders from overseas and having them shipped to you, creating a quality listing that is actually going to convert into sales, as well as all the different logistics behind the Amazon FBA business model. So I'm really going to try to make this video as in-depth as I can, but this is targeted at beginner Amazon FBA sellers. So if you know nothing about the business model, this is going to be the perfect video for you. It's not going to go super in-depth. Rather, it's going to give you a really great overview of the business model as a whole. So yeah, don't watch any of those super detailed videos yet. You guys are going to want to watch this video all the way until the end because it's really going to explain step by step everything you need to do on a general level to start your business today. So let's start off with the two different ways that you guys can make money on Amazon. There's Amazon FBA and there's Amazon FBM. Amazon FBA is what we're going to be focusing on this video, and FBA stands for Fulfilled by Amazon. So this is literally when Amazon is doing everything for you. You are sourcing the product, you're getting it shipped over to Amazon's warehouse, and then from there, they are going to actually store that product for you and ship it out whenever someone buys it. They're also going to handle all the customer service. So it really is a great way to scale your business without you having to, individually package and ship each product and handle all the customer service yourself. This is also how you get your products delivered by Amazon Prime, right? So when you check out Amazon's website and you look at a product listing, a lot of these products are going to have that Prime shipping option available. The only way to get this is by selling through Amazon FBA. And an interesting statistic is that 65% of Amazon customers are Amazon Prime customers. So by allowing your product to be delivered through Prime, you are really opening up the amount of people that will actually likely buy your product. Amazon FBM, on the other hand, stands for Fulfilled by Merchant. And it's exactly what it sounds like. You as the merchant are going to actually fulfill the orders yourself. So while your product is listed on Amazon, it's not going to have that Amazon Prime shipping option. And every time you make a sale, you have to actually package it and ship it yourself. This is definitely a less passive way of selling on Amazon, but I will say that you are going to avoid some pretty high FBA fees when you do it yourself. However, if you guys watch this video and you are able to find a right product for FBA, this really is a much more scalable option, and I recommend most of you guys to do FBA instead. As long as you have good profit margins on your product, which you should be able to find, these FBA fees, they will eat into some of your profit, but it is well worth it. So now let's talk about a subset of FBA called private labeling. And this is what we are really going to focus on in this video because this is what I recommend all beginner Amazon sellers to do. With private labeling, you are taking existing products. So these are products that are already being manufactured, maybe putting some type of spin on it. So some type of color variation or some little improvement or some bundle or something, sticking your brand label on it and then selling it on Amazon. For example, let's say I want to sell exercise resistance bands, right? These are products that are already made. They are widely available to be produced overseas. So what you're literally going to do is you're going to create a brand. You're going to go to the suppliers overseas and ask them to make X amount of this product and put your brand label on it. You can also ask for any customizations you think will make the product better. And then from there on, you're going to place that bulk order, get it shipped over to the Amazon warehouse. And that's when you can actually start selling a product through Amazon FBA. The vast majority of people that are selling on Amazon FBA are doing this exact same thing. They are private labeling. They're not inventors. They didn't come up with a completely new revolutionary product. Rather, they are finding pre-existing products that are available overseas, putting their label on it, and then selling it as their own. The really great part about this is that you are actually building a brand. And when you're actually able to scale this product and introduce new products under this brand, you are building brand equity. So not only can we make money from actually selling products and making a profit per product, But eventually at the end, if all goes well, you will be able to sell your brand to someone else. So now I'm on Amazon and I'm actually going to show you what a product listing looks like. So I've searched up foam roller. This is just an example product that I'm going to actually show you guys because there are a lot of quality listings that you guys can learn a lot from. So after searching it up, this is going to be the search page. So you can see that here we're going to see a bunch of different products. These are mostly going to be private labeling. So these are all products that were made overseas and people just literally put their logo on it, right? So it can actually be quite simple just like that. You can see that these listings up here are all sponsored. They have this little sponsored tab right here. This means that they're actually paying to be shown at the top of the search results. So we will get into that a little bit more later on. But just know that when you are looking through Amazon. And then down here, this is actually going to be the products that are ranking the highest. So let's say I click on this one. You can see that this Luxe Fit foam roller, it actually has some cool design in it. So that is a great way for you to separate your product from the rest. You can see that the price right now is $15.95. It is Prime eligible, so this means that it is through FBA, and they have a bunch of different color variations as well as different sizes. Of course, they have a bunch of different product images, so you can see that these are all very clear images with a white background. We have a very detailed product listing title. Then we have some bullet points that are describing what this item is right here. So all this stuff really plays into the SEO because when customers are trying to find a specific product, they're going to search a particular keyword, and all this information on this listing page is going to help you get ranked when people are trying to find your product. If you scroll down here, you can see that these are all sponsored products. So every one of these companies is actually paying. They're all bidding. So if I do click on one of these, they are going to pay some amount of money. And then coming down here, we have a customer questions and answers section. So people can actually ask questions and you or other people can respond to them. And then down here, one of the most important parts is the customer review section. So when people are buying on Amazon, just like you guys probably do, you are looking at the reviews because that's really going to influence your buying decision. So the whole goal with Amazon FBA is to create a quality listing that gets your initial sales. And then from there on, you need to get good reviews. Going back to the search results, you can literally see that there are so many different brands competing for these top spots when you search up foam roller, right? So this is a pretty broad keyword search. So it's gonna be very difficult for you to be ranked for a keyword like this. But all these companies are selling pretty much the exact same product. And the better your product does, the higher it's going to be ranked on this search. So just to summarize, the goal is to get on the top of these rankings. And to do that, you're gonna need a product with a lot of good reviews, a really quality listing with high quality images, of course, a great product because that's literally going to directly influence the types of reviews you get. And yeah, the more sales you get for your product, the higher your sales rank, which means the more your product is trending. And then that's when Amazon's actually going to boost you in those search rankings. That's really why it's so important to really spend a lot of time on product research. I see a lot of people make this mistake where they try and sell the first item that they think about, or they try and sell something that they really want to sell, right? Without doing the proper due diligence. Really, your product research, the product you end up choosing to sell is your foundation of your whole business. And when you're starting with a good foundation, you're starting with a product that does not have that much competition, that is priced appropriately, that can actually be made well. Well, that gives you a huge leg up when it comes to competing with all the other people that are going to be trying to sell that exact same product. And that's really when you're going to see the most success with Amazon FBA. So now I'm going to show you guys the tool that I personally used to find all of my profitable products. This video is not sponsored. I just really believe in this product, and I think that this is definitely the most important step that you guys need to do. If you guys are planning on starting an Amazon FBA business, this is literally the only step that you cannot skip because I want you guys to be successful. And to be successful, you really need a good tool to find those profitable products. And JungleScout is the tool that we are going to go over. So now I'm inside of my JungleScout dashboard. This is the tool that I really recommend you guys to get. And if you guys come over here, you guys can go to product research, and these are the tools that are really going to change the whole game when it comes to finding a profitable product. So the first tool that I'm going to show you is the opportunity finder. So here it's going to allow you to select from multiple categories that you may want to sell in, and you can see that we have all these different things that we can play with on the right. So let's say that we are trying to sell in, let's say, health and household, sports and outdoors. From there on, we can play with all of these different criteria, right? So the first one that we're looking at is average monthly units sold. So we can set a minimum, let's say a minimum of, let's say 200, because ideally you don't want to sell products that are not selling a lot per month. As far as the average monthly price, we definitely don't want to sell products that are too cheap, because this just means that the Amazon FBA fees are really going to cut into your overall profit margins. So what I recommend doing is selling products that are at least $15 to $20. So I'm going to set a minimum of $15 right here. Monthly search volume, if you want to play with that, you can. I'm going to leave that blank for now. Same with this one right here. And for the niche score, this is basically grade on a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is the best opportunity and 1 is the worst. So let's set a minimum niche score of, let's say 6. As far as the competition, we don't want too much competition, because that's going to make it very hard for us to rank on that first page of search results. So let's make it down to medium. And then seasonality, if you guys do want to play with that, you can as well. I'm going to leave keywords and exclude keywords blank. And then we're going to go and click search right here. So this is going to give us a list of different niches that could be good niches to sell in right now. You can see that this is the category. So we have health and household as well as sports and outdoors. Those are the two that I selected. We have the average monthly units sold. So you can see this one sells 1,800 units per month. Here we have the average monthly price. So you can see everything here is above $15, which is good. We have the monthly search volume. We have the 30-day search trend. So ideally you will want this to be in the green. You have the 90-day search trend. You have the competition. So these are all very low or low, which is a good sign. And then you have the niche score. So 9 is really good. 8's still very good. As long as it's not under maybe like 5, then that should be good. So this is a very great way for you to actually identify niches that you may want to sell in, as well as specific products that could do really well. So a really cool part about JungleScout is that they actually have an extension that allows you to actually use it on Amazon's website directly. So I'm here on Amazon's website. I've searched up foam roller. And you can see that if I come up here to the JungleScout extension, I can click on that. It's going to tell me a lot of really, really useful information about this particular product. So you can see that the average monthly sales is about $2,800 per listing. The average price is $34.30. And we have the opportunity score right here. So we can see that it is 4. So it has a lot of demand, but there is a lot of competition. So this is not necessarily a product I would recommend selling, but I do want to show you this because there are lots of really great listings right here. This is going to be every single product that is located on the search results. You can see that the product name is listed here. We have the brand. I'm actually going to zoom this out so you can see more stuff. But here is the price. This is the selling price of each of these items. This is the monthly sales. So you can see that this one right here literally sells 26,000 units per month. And that gives us a total revenue of over $500,000. So you can see that if you find one product that sells well, one product that is ranked, this can literally bring in a ton of passive income. So that's why I really, really love this type of business with e-commerce, because anything with internet and scale, if you do it right, if you find something that's successful, it's going to really pay you a lot of money. Over here is the current rating of this, and over here are the Amazon FBA fees. For example, let's take a look at this trigger point foam roller. You can see that it's selling for $35, right? They're doing about $250,000 in sales per month. This product was actually introduced in 2009, so it's been here for a long, long time. You can see that the net profit, not including the product costs or the landing costs, is $23. And that's basically when you're taking the purchase price, the buy price, subtracting the Amazon fees, and that's going to leave you this. So when we take that $23, we subtract the product costs, the shipping, storage, all that stuff, that's when we're going to get our net profit. Let's take another look at this other product. These are gold rim plastic cups. This seems to be another pretty trending niche for products to sell. But if we come up here to JungleScout, you can see this is going to give us a bunch of information about this type of product. You can see that the average monthly sales is just over 500. Average price is $24.29. And this one is definitely hard to sell in. We can see that the opportunity score is 3. So yeah, anytime you guys are looking for a new product to sell, definitely use the JungleScout extension. It's really going to save your butt if you are trying to sell something with a ton of competition, right? I think a lot of the time, the products that we initially think about selling are really in-demand products, but they also have a lot of competition, because if you're thinking about selling it, other people are also probably thinking about selling it too. So the art with Amazon FBA really is trying to find these super niche products that not too many other people are selling, but there is enough demand for it. And you'd be surprised, because there are a lot of super niche products that you would never think about buying yourself that actually have a good amount of demand, but are not yet discovered by other Amazon sellers. And that's really going to be your winning formula. If you can hop on those products first before there's a lot of other people, get ranked for them and start building up that arsenal of reviews, then that's going to set yourself in a really good position for a product that is ranked well for a long time, that continually gets sales. And something that I really like to do when I do my product research is I like to think, hey, first, is this product selling enough? So we're looking at the monthly sales. So if it is getting sales, that means it is in demand. I then look at the price to see, hey, is this something that can be profitable, right? You can get a lot of sales, but if your profit margins are really low, then you're not going to really make any money, and that sort of defeats the whole purpose of starting your Amazon FBA business. One way to identify products that you can actually make better is by coming over here to the ratings. So you can see that most of the ratings in this product are pretty high, right? So that actually does not leave us a lot of opportunity to innovate. What I recommend doing is try finding a product that has demand, but the ratings of the current products that are selling are not that good. So optimally under 4.5. What I then do is go look at those reviews, see why people are rating it 4, 3, or 2 stars or 1 star, and then see if you can talk to your supplier and get those things fixed. This really constitutes creating a blue ocean, right? The last thing we want to do is sell the exact same product that other people are selling. Sure, you can differentiate with your brand through your private label, but the best and most effective way to do this is to find something with the current existing products that people don't like, and then actually changing that and making it better. This is going to give you a really big advantage when it comes to getting more reviews, getting more sales, and then ultimately getting ranked on that search page. And another thing I want to say is optimally, you'll want the highest ranked products for the search to be under 50 reviews. So you can see that for this one, these are the number of ratings that they have. This one has 70, this one has 4,000, right? So that means that when people are searching up gold rim plastic cups, they'll see that this product has literally 4,000 reviews with a very good rating, which means they'll probably buy that. There's not really any reason for them to buy a product that has much fewer reviews, and that's gonna make it a lot harder for you. So you can see that for this product, a lot of these have hundreds of reviews, and while it is possible for you to get that many reviews, it's going to take a long time, and it's just something that we don't want to have to deal with competing with all of these current listings. So yeah, if there's only 50 reviews for the top ranked products, that means the competition is not that big. You only literally need to get 50 reviews to beat them out in number of reviews. So that could be a really great opportunity. But yeah, I just really want to reiterate, the product research is the most important part of your Amazon FBA business. So you definitely do not want to skimp on this. Definitely invest whatever it costs to get JungleScout. I think it's like starting at $30 a month or something like that. Get it for at least a month or two. Do your product research. Really find something that is in demand, gets a good amount of monthly sales, but does not have so much competition. So now that we have the product research done, I'm going to show you guys how you can actually find suppliers to get your product made. The only platform that I recommend using is Alibaba.com. And this is literally the site that I use to get all of my e-commerce products made. It's simply the best because they have the greatest number of suppliers on here, and their interface makes it very easy for you to actually outreach, talk to these people. And yeah, I'll show you guys some of the other features later, but definitely recommend using Alibaba.com. So I'm here on Alibaba's website. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to come up here to products, and you're going to type in the keyword of the product that you want to sell. So let's say that I'm interested in selling the foam roller, right? I'm going to search up foam roller. Here you're going to see a ton of different listings, all sort of relating to your keyword. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to scroll down, look at the pictures. This is the easiest way for you to identify what this supplier is making and see if anything matches your criteria. So as I keep scrolling, you'll see that a lot of these products, they are already selling on Amazon, and that's literally just private labeling, right? So that's exactly what we are going to do as well. So here, this looks like that exact same foam roller that we saw when we were looking at Amazon products. So I'm gonna click on here, and let me just go over this page to show you guys exactly what you are looking at. So up here, of course, we have the title. This is going to describe what the product is. Over here, we have what the product actually looks like. So you can scroll through here, see the different products. You can see that here it actually shows you the packaging that comes with it. And you can also see that they have different sizes available. So here is the price that they have listed. So you can see that it's between $1.80 to $5.20 per piece. And what I found is that these prices are actually not accurate. So what you're going to want to do is, if you think this is the product you want to sell, you're actually going to go here to contact supplier, and that's where you're going to actually talk to them, tell them how many pieces you want to buy, and they're going to give you a quote. But yeah, for now, this is just going to give us a rough idea of how much this product is going to cost. And of course, as you order more and more pieces, that's when the price is going to come down. They're going to have the color, they're going to have how much it costs to get samples right here. This is the lead time, so it might not be completely accurate, but it should give you a good idea. You can see that if you're ordering, let's say, under 100 pieces, the estimated time to make that order is going to be about 10 days. The customization here, it's going to say, hey, if you want to customize the logo on this, the minimum order is 500, and the customized packaging, the minimum order is also 500 pieces. They're always negotiable, so don't look at something here and think that's set in stone. You can always talk to them. A lot of the time they are willing to work on something, especially if you're saying that, hey, this is going to be a test run of this new product. If it does well, we are looking for a long-term supplier, and we would love to work with you. Here we can see the different types of shipping that they offer, and most of you guys are probably going to do sea or air. And here is really important. You're going to really want to make sure that they have trade assurance available. So this is really going to protect your money, especially the first time you work with a new supplier. We want to make sure that they are reliable. Of course, we can look at their past transactions. We can look at their reviews, but we definitely do want to have that trade assurance available. But that's really going to save you if you do end up buying a product and it doesn't come out the way you want it to come out. So over here, you can see that this is where we can learn more about this particular supplier, right? So there's two types of companies that are going to be on Alibaba. There are suppliers, so these are the actual factories that are making the products, and there are trading companies. So those are going to be companies that actually link you with different suppliers. Now, if you want the bottom price, you're going to want to work directly with the factories. But the only thing is, a lot of the times their sales agents are not as experienced, or their English is not as good. So there could be some communication barrier. Now with trading companies, they're going to have a lot of dedicated salespeople that know English well. So it's going to be a lot easier for you to communicate with them. But they're going to have a little extra fee on top of what the supplier is charging. So of course, the price is going to be a little bit higher. Personally, I've worked with both types of companies for my products, and you'll find that often the little bit extra you're paying to work with a trading company is worth it because the communication is a lot better. I do recommend getting at least 3 different samples from different manufacturers or trading companies and seeing which one works the best for you. You can see that they are based in China. They've been on the platform for 8 years. They have a pretty high on-time delivery rate, which is good to see. They've had 35 transactions in the last year, doing $80,000+. And we can even click on here to see their complete profile. So I'm gonna come here and I'm going to go to profile here, company overview. So this is a verified supplier through Alibaba. That's always good to see. and we can come down here and see these are photos of their offices. We can see the reviews. So we have a 4.8 rating, which is good. And here you can see their main markets. So you can see that 51% is going to North America, 15% is going to the China market, and then 10% is going to Western Europe. It's also interesting because you can look at some of their other products that they're selling. So you can see that we looked up foam rollers, but if we do want to sell some other things, they have resistance bands. They have these types of hip elastic bands as well. They have weights, a bunch of different products that this particular manufacturer is making. But let's say we are settled on this product. We want to actually contact them. What you're going to do here is contact supplier. You're going to click this button. You're going to have to create an account. And then from there, you're going to be able to send them a direct message. I recommend keeping most of your communication on the Alibaba platform because in the case that something goes wrong, you will have proof it's on Alibaba's platform and that trade assurance is going to kick in. Now, in your first initial message, there are a few things you're going to want to ask them. One is, what is their minimum order quantity? 2 is, how do they handle shipping? 3 is, are they able to customize the product with your label as well as any changes you want to make to the product? 4 is, how much do they charge for samples and how much does it cost to get those samples shipped to you? And then 5, ask them if they have any in-house shipping companies that they work with, as well as what the rates could be to ship to your particular area. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to talk to at least 2 to 3 different suppliers or manufacturers. Get samples from each of these, have them shipped over to you. So this will cost money, but this is a very important step in the product research phase. And then compare the samples, right? See which one is the best, compare the product cost, compare the packaging, make sure it's a product that you are comfortable selling and are proud to sell. And then from there on, you can actually negotiate with the suppliers. Get a quote from one company, use that quote to potentially lower the price of another company. And it's up to you how much you want to do that, but this should reduce the amount of money you are paying per unit. Really, our whole goal is to get the most high quality product for the cheapest price possible, because this is going to help us with getting good reviews as well as having a profitable product. So then once you find a specific product that you want to sell, as well as the supplier you want to work with, I recommend looking up some more detailed guides on how to place an order through Alibaba. Since this is a beginner's guide, I'm not going to go over that, but there are tons of videos out there that are really going to take you in depth through the whole process. Most of you guys are going to be doing an upfront payment to secure the order. As far as shipping goes, most of you guys are going to be using ocean shipping or air shipping. For huge orders that take up a lot of volume, it's probably going to be more economical to go the ocean route. And then for smaller orders that don't take up that much space, it's probably going to make more sense to go with air shipping. I recommend using a freight forwarding company that just makes it a lot simpler. They handle the customs, all that stuff for you. And yeah, it'll just make the whole process a lot more simple so you can focus on the more important tasks. So during this whole process, after you found your product and once you started talking to your supplier, you're going to want to create an Amazon selling account. So if you go to sell.amazon.com, this is where you're actually going to be able to sign up for your account. So I'm here on the pricing page just to show you guys how much it costs to actually start selling. There are 2 different plans you can use. There's the individual plan and there's the professional plan. So you can see right here, the individual plan costs 99 cents per unit sold. This is on top of any other FBA fees. And the professional plan costs $39.99 a month, no matter how many units you sell. So for most sellers, it's going to be more economical to go with the professional plan. But of course, you can always start off with the individual plan, especially if you're not making any sales right now. It's just going to be a little bit cheaper. But yeah, for most of you guys, if you want to take Amazon FBA seriously, you will be moving to the professional plan at some point. So if you want, just go with that one. It's just going to make it a little bit easier. So now let's really quickly talk about the shipping process, the whole process of getting your products from the factories overseas to where you are. A lot of people think that they need to actually ship the products directly to your home and then to Amazon's warehouse, but you can in fact ship directly to Amazon's warehouse. The only problem with this is if it's your first time making this product, some people like to actually hand check it just to make sure that everything is good with the product. So they'll actually get it shipped to their house and then ship it to Amazon's warehouse. But yeah, if you do want to skip that step, you will save a little bit of money. Now, we'll say that one way you can actually get around this without having to actually check it yourself is to pay for a company to go out to the factory once the products are done being made and check it for you. So they'll inspect everything, make sure everything is okay, send you photos, videos, all that stuff. And if that checks out, then likely you don't need to actually send it to your house. You can send it directly to Amazon's warehouse. Let's talk about 2 of the most popular shipping methods that you guys are probably going to be using. The first is air shipping. So air shipping, it's a lot more expensive than ocean shipping, which we'll talk about right after this. And it's really for small orders or orders for products that are quite small. Air shipping is a lot more expensive per volume and also per weight. So this definitely is not going to make sense for people that are making huge orders. However, it is faster, it is easier, and most products should be able to be shipped in under 1 week. If you guys are doing a smaller order for your test run, let's say 50 to 100 units of a rather small product, then it will probably make sense to do air shipping. But I recommend just talk to your supplier, see what they recommend. If they're a good supplier, they will help you out on that. Now for ocean shipping, this is going to make more sense if you are doing big orders that take up a lot of volume or are extremely heavy. When you're doing ocean shipping, it's literally being shipped on a boat, and this can take 2 to 4 weeks. The reason why people like ocean shipping is that it's normally a lot cheaper per product than air shipping. I will say don't worry too much about whether or not you're going to choose air shipping or ocean shipping for now. You will get to it when that time comes. And I know it's all very complicated right now. There's a lot of stuff, but focus on everything step by step. You'll learn as you go, and you can always refer back to this video later on. So then after your product is being shipped from overseas to the Amazon warehouse, this is when you can actually start to build your listing. Think of your listing as your marketing, right? And for any new business, marketing is the thing that is really going to make or break your business. So it's extremely important to spend a lot of time to create an optimized listing that can actually get people to want to buy your product. Let's go over this listing just because it's done really well, and I think you guys can learn a lot from it. You can see that the initial image is a very large image of the product itself with a white background. Amazon actually requires you to have a white background. So with these images, you can take them yourself if you have the right lighting, or you can actually send your sample product to a company and they can actually take those photos for you. Since this is such an important part of the process, if you don't have the right equipment, I definitely recommend outsource this, have another company do it for you, because this is really going to help with your conversion. Now, if you take a look at the images for this product, you can see that it's very clean, right? Amazon requires that white background. The second image, you can see that they actually have some information about the product. So we have the dimensions, we have the weight. This just gives your audience more context as to what your product is like. This picture shows some of the features of this specific product. So we have, it shows like all the different ridges. We have the different fingers. So yeah, a really good tactic that you guys can use for your own product as well. We have different angles of the products. We have text on the product, which I do like seeing. And of course, if you guys are doing a product that is used by people, which it probably is, I think it's really effective when you show other people using your product. So in this photo, we can see the product actually in use by real people. Up here, we have the title, so you can see that it's very detailed. We have what it's used for. So the keywords such as deep tissue massage and muscle recovery, as well as exercise. So these all really help this product get ranked for those types of keywords. Over here, you're gonna want to give a few bullet points about what your product is, as well as some of the features of it, things that make it stand out. And then down here, you can see that this particular product actually has this really cool HTML section where you have your photos, you have banners, all this stuff. Most of you guys aren't going to be able to do this at the start because you do need to have a trademarked product or brand in order to do this. But really the goal is at some point you will want to trademark your brand and have this because it does really help with conversions. You can show your product being used and different features a lot better. And it does separate your product listing from other people's. Down here, you're gonna have a product description that you guys are going to write. And of course, you're gonna have to fill in all these different specifications about your product. That's gonna be shown in this section. Now, when it comes to the reviews, this is extremely important. And you guys are gonna find that your first few reviews are going to be the hardest to get. It's gonna be very rare for someone to buy a product with 0 reviews because there are probably going to be other alternatives that have a lot more reviews. So what I recommend doing is, this is not technically allowed by Amazon, but you're going to want to have your friends and family actually buy this product and review it for you. This is really the only way you're going to get those first initial reviews. And then after you get, let's say 2 or 3 or 5-star reviews, that's going to make it actually possible for you to get organic sales on Amazon's platform. From there on, you can start running PPC ads. So this is standing for pay per click. Basically, this is going to allow your product to be shown at the top of the search results, and that should allow you to get the rest of your initial sales and slowly build up that arsenal of high quality product reviews. Now, for most products, the normal conversion rate to actually getting reviews is 1 to 2%. So that means that for every 100 sales, you should expect to get 1 or 2 reviews. A really great way that you guys can increase this percentage of reviews is by actually sending an email to the customer a few days after they receive the product. This is something I did with all of my products. I really recommend it, and you can really boost it to maybe like 5% conversion rates, which is significantly more and will really help the growth of your product. So yeah, optimally, we're going to want to see at least 5 reviews per 100 purchases. And if you can keep it that high, the quality of your listing is really going to grow quickly. You guys can use a tool like Seller Labs. They actually allow you to automate these emails being sent out to your customers asking for reviews. And yeah, it's just a very effective tool, something I definitely recommend doing if you want to actually take your business to the next level. Anyways, that's a really general overview of what it takes to build your Amazon FBA business in 2022. I will say that you cannot expect to make money right away with Amazon FBA. It will likely take you at least a few months to go through that whole product research phase, actually talk to suppliers, and get a product sample sent out to you. Be prepared to do a lot of research at the start, especially on that product research. And know that yes, there is competition out there. This business is harder to start than it was, let's say, 5 or 10 years ago. But I still think that there is so much potential with this. Anything with e-commerce where you have the leverage and scale of the internet allows you to build a business that can run by itself and generate a lot of passive income. If you're able to find one single highly profitable product that does well on Amazon, that's really going to be a cash cow machine. And you'll see that a lot of people, they have 1 to 2 successful products, and that really pays all of their bills. It definitely might take you a few tries to find that winning product, but I want to tell you guys, just keep trying. Be consistent at it, find a product that does well. And when you do, this whole Amazon FBA business is going to really change your life. My biggest tip for you guys is just really to get started and really focus on that product research. Get a tool like JungleScout, I will link it down below, and really spend a majority of your first few weeks trying to find that one single profitable product that you can start with. This is really the foundation of your whole business, and it's something that a lot of people sort of skip over because they want to sell some particular item that might not actually do that well. So yeah, be really careful when it comes to your product research. Take action, you guys. My whole channel is about teaching you guys how to make money in non-traditional ways, and know that there is risk with any business, right? There is a chance that you invest money into your Amazon product, it doesn't sell that well, and you could lose money. However, I like to think of every single thing you start, every side hustle, every business venture as a very big learning opportunity. And especially with Amazon FBA, it's really complicated. There's a lot of different steps. But if you guys do it, you're going to learn so much about e-commerce, and these skills are going to help you out in whatever business you start in the future. Don't get too worried about losing that money. I just want you guys to take action. Don't get analysis paralysis. Just sort of go into it, learn at each step when needed. And yeah, all the lessons you're going to learn from your Amazon FBA business are going to be priceless. Another great thing about Amazon FBA is that it allows you to work from anywhere. As long as you have a laptop, you can really run your Amazon FBA business from wherever in the world. So yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful. I know that we went through a lot of things, but hopefully this gave you a really good overview of what Amazon FBA is, how you guys can get started, as well as some of the do's and don'ts when it comes to having a successful Amazon FBA business. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe for more videos just like this. I make a ton of content about personal finance, entrepreneurship, and investing. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.